Hello, feeling very great to have you join me right here on Voice of the People TV. Welcome to the Spot Ride. I am Kizzy K. Let's talk about sports, and it's the sport time now. The Falcons on the news. Congratulations to the Super Falcons yesterday. 1-1 against that very sad at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Super Falcons of Nigeria held Ethiopia to a 1-1 draw in the first leg. Second leg of the game for Paris 2024 Olympic Games qualifying at Addis Ababa on Wednesday. And now we have to wait to know which comes next. Ethiopia took a shot lead in the 6th minute. And that was 6 minutes earlier of the game, thanks to Beke Amari, who slotted home from a goal-mouth scramble. Now, in the 52nd minute again, the Falcons equalized through Captain Rashida Ajibade, who plays for Atletico Madrid, who volleyed home a long-range shot from the out of the box. Now, the Falcons went and saw the grab a winner of the 92nd minute as substitute the former Onumano headed home, but it was ruled out for offside. And also, England-born Rinsola Babajide made her debut for the Falcons after scoring in the 71st minute. Now, the second leg of the game is built to be played. I'll let you know, give you the detail of that one very on at the MKO National Stadium. That game we'll have to wait to see. That's the 1st of October in Abuja. Happens to be a very wonderful time. We'll crave to know what comes to play. Now, after making a first appearance at the Olympic in Sydney 2000 and going on to feature at the Athens 2004 and Beijing 2008, the Falcons have failed to qualify for the last 3 editions. They failed to qualify for London 2012, Rio 2016, and Tokyo 2020. But then I could say around the world has what it takes to take us to that very phase. Now, away from the Falcons news, we're talking about the national team. And God does want to say former Nigerian international Andrew Akumagbe Sanzedo has appealed to the Super Eagles coach Joseph Pesero to resolve any form of lapses in the goalkeeping department of the team. He made this known, in the backdrop of the recent error committed by Ozoho. And that's very hard to say. Ozoho has not really been doing well. And everybody knows that. In the team, 2 international friendly games against Saudi Arabia and Mozambique, respectively. Some of the major highlights of the friendlies was the goalkeeper's weakness and the weak effort that led to the Mamba's first goal of the match, and also his poor misjudgment of Saudi Arabia corner when he parried into his own net. Reacting to the development, Akumagbe in the chat stated that the technical crew should fix the goalkeeping issue in the team in a bid to stand a chance of competing on the AFCON title. Now, he also advised them to utilize other goalkeepers before the tournament kickstart. That's a message from Akumagbe, and let's go off from that. But it just feels very weird for me to leave that phase without, talking a little bit about it. Ozoho is not living up to expectations for me. I understand the man's supposed for a Cyprus side, Omonia Nicosia. No disrespect to him, but I think it's hard time we go back to drawing board to make everything right. I would advise, personally, for my opinion, though, if it would count, I would advise the NFF have a talk with the manager. Let's go back to our home soil and get some of those players or those goalkeepers who play week in, week out. And it's just what it is. You just never could know sometimes until you try. We did see a Yama who emerged from the Ava side, and ever since he left the face of the goalkeeping department, I would say we've been really struggling. And it's not really been the same ever since Vincent Yama left the Super Eagles. Now, moving on, let's talk about the British football. Everton faced a 12-point deduction after an investigation into alleged breaches of financial rules by the Premier League club. According to reports on Wednesday, Premier League side Everton are just having it down one. The chief have also asked an independent commission to impose the severe extension, which would be on the largest points penalty in the history of the competition. Losing 12 points would leave Everton on -5 points at the bottom of the log in the table. Sean Dyche's side are currently 16th place with 7 points after losing 6 of the first 9 games, and that's about Everton. The Premier League side referred Everton to the commission in March over an alleged breach of its profitability and also sustainability rules over a period ending with the 21-22 season. Top flight clause also permitted to lose a maximum of £105 million over a 3-year ban or 3-year period of facing sanctions. And that's for Everton. I would say that it's a blow for the team, not doing well. And if they're found guilty on this one, it means, I just could say it's so early to say that, but that's just what it is. It feels like a bit of truth. They might be relegated, maybe, just maybe. They got off luckily last season. And this time around, I don't see Everton side. I don't even see an Everton side making it to the Premier League, maybe top 16. I don't really see. I would say maybe they might be relegated. But I'd like to say my opinion, though. Now, let's talk about Juventus. Federico Gatti took another step on his rise from amateur football and manual labor on Wednesday after renewing his contract until 2028. And that's the good news for Juventus. In a short statement, Juve said that Italy international Gatti just signed a new deal until 30th June 2028, which according to Italian media is worth around 1.5 million euro a season. Now, the 25-year-old worked as a bricklayer and in other blue-collar jobs while rising up through the division, only becoming a professional player 3 years ago in Italy tier. Juventus bought Gatti in January last year from Frosinone, then in Serie B, and now he has been established and he has done well, establishing himself as a first-team player, making 27 appearances in all competition last season. This time, Gatti Federico, who has 2 international caps, has started 6 of Juve's 9 league matches, scoring in 2-0 derby win over Torino earlier this month. And that was a derby in Turin, Turin, Italy. Juventus, Torino, just a close part of one of these. Now let's talk about Chelsea, who are reportedly set to battle with Manchester United for the signing of Inter Milan defender Federico Di Marco ahead of January transfer window. Having spent several seasons alone, Di Marco only made his first debut for Inter Milan at the beginning of 2021 season. Now, despite coming through the Inter Milan academy phase, the 25-year-old who can play farther forward and also farther forward, but is mainly a left back and especially strong for Inter during the run of the Champions League final in the last campaign. And since the Nerazzurri are unable to sign him for a new contract, his performance have drawn interest from other elite clubs in the European scene, likes of Paris Saint-Germain are interested. Rumors also say that Man United Erik ten Hag is also interested, and Man United are managing to watch out to know what happens to the left back who manages United now. Ten Hag says I might sign him, and he has put Di Marco on a short list of potential left back acquisition due to difficulties with injuries in that department. Now, due to absence of Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malaysia, Sergio Reguilon, this season the Dutch manager has deployed Victor Lindelof, Sofiane Amrabat in that role. He said that he just might get a left full back, and it's also said that Di Marco is in the news. He's a very versatile player. We just might see him making a move away from Inter Milan, but I don't know why Inter Milan don't want to sign him. I don't know. He made a move from the Inter Milan phase, academy player, and he has been consistent over time. He is in the national team. He is on the club side, plays every week in, week out. I don't know why. I think it's on them right there, Giuseppe Meazza or San Siro, to give this man a new contract. But if he will stay, but I doubt, I don't really see that coming to play. Now, let's leave that phase and move on to talk about Real Madrid, who will now face the rival Atletico Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup semi-finals in Saudi Arabia, while Barcelona plays Osasuna. The Spanish Federation said this on Wednesday. Copa del Rey winners Madrid will face Atletico in Riyadh on 10 January, while La Liga champions Barcelona take on the Spanish Cup runner-up on 11 January. The final will take place on 14 January, which all games will be held at Al Nassr Al Awwal Park Stadium in Saudi capital. Now, moving on, Al Nassr is a club where former Real Madrid striker and the club all-time scorer Cristiano Ronaldo, the brand sells CR7, is currently playing the straight along with Sadio Mane and Aymeric Laporte, amongst other recent important players from the European scene, Talisca. Now, the RFEF first took to the Spanish Super Cup to Saudi Arabia in 2019, where it has been played since. Now, with the exception of the 2021 season, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's just might be leaving it there in the south of face. Now, away from that, talk about Champions League football played yesterday. Let's bring you this one now, where Barcelona continued their perfect start in the Champions League and wrap up for their Clasico the weekend with a 2-1 win over Shakhtar Donetsk on Wednesday. And it was about these guys. A whole lot of players are out for Barcelona. The likes of, Lewandowski, Frederick de Jong, Luke de Jong, I beg pardon. All of these guys are. Frankie's out, Lewandowski's out, and Balde's out. All of these guys are not really at the moment. Rafinha, Barcelona players out. But now with this stage, Felix limping up, so the woes for Barcelona continues, and it's a very bad blow. But let's say Barcelona now continues their perfect start in the Champions League and warm up with their Clasico at the weekend, and we have to see what comes to play in that very game. The Spanish champion held off their Ukrainian visitors to take their lead in a third win from 3 games and put 1 foot into the knockout stages after failing to progress in the last 2 seasons. Ferran Torres opened the scoring for Barca with a 20-year-old midfielder Fermin Lopez smashing home the second from the edge of the box. And at 17, McGill struck the winner against Athletic Bilbao at the weekend. Now, Lopez's play meant it was another fine night for Barcelona, La Masia talent factory. And I think I would say, let's say this, Xavi is doing well with those young boys. Fermin Lopez is there. McGill is there. We know the way Pedri came out. We know about the Gavi. All of these guys are from the La Masia and that's the academy. And they've been given chances, opportunities to play under a manager that knows the nitty-gritty about the club side, and that's just what he does. Now let's talk about Atletico Madrid, who battled back twice to draw 2-2 at Celtic in the Trading Champions League Group E clash on Wednesday, in which the Spanish side played the last few minutes with 10 men. Feyenoord also got the result, took spots in the standing in 6 points from 3-1 win at Lazio earlier on Wednesday, and the draw left Atletico second on 5 points, one clear of Italy, Lazio in third. Celtic are bottom with 1 point from 3 games. Now road to the Solback Celtic Park, speedy Jonko Veraci made the most of the host early pressure and goal set between the Atletico defender to pull the scoring with a tighter close range finish with 4 minutes left. Now Atletico equalized while Antoine Griezmann put the ball. That man is really making way for himself right now. He put the ball on the goal post. He missed the penalty shootout, and of course finally get to convert that. And that's for Atletico Madrid. Let's talk about Paris Saint-Germain now. Kylian Mbappe, Ronald Colomani, Zaire, this team, Ashraf Hakimi, Luis Enrique, the manager. All of these guys are really doing well. Now Kylian Mbappe, Ronald Colomani, and Lee Kang, and we're all for the target as Paris Saint-Germain got back to winning ways in the Champions League with an impressive 3-0 home win against AC Milan on Wednesday. Well-expected game. PSG were eager to bounce back from their 4-1 defeat away to Newcastle United 3 weeks ago, and we ultimately had too much attacking quality for their Italian visitor at the Parc des Princes. Mbappe opened the scoring with a letter finish just after hour mark for his 10th club goal of the season, and his France teammate Ronald Colomani added another shortly after halftime. Lee Kang then came in from the bench to net the third game. The South Korean also got a first on the club. Now PSG thoroughly deserve their win with the League One side a completely different position and also making sure everything gets to work out for them. Now, having started their European campaign with 2-0 home win against Borussia Dortmund, Luis Enrique PSG side top Group F at the halfway stage with 6 points ahead of a trip to Milan early next month. Now, let's talk about the champions, Manchester City. Haaland scoring goals, and that was a brace with the foot. You can imagine Haaland's the left foot out. He plays one of the legs, you know what I mean? Now, it's so great to see Haaland scoring, getting a brace, and scoring both goals with the right foot. Normally, I don't know Haaland to be on that phase. Now, Haaland ended his Champions League goal drought at City and setting their perfect start to tournament 3-1 win over Swiss side Young Boys on Wednesday. Haaland arrived in a rain-lashed Bern without a goal in his previous 5 Champions League matches. The City striker has scored 35 goals in his first 30 Champions League appearances when he got back on track in the competition with a second-half double at the Waged Up Stadium. Haaland penalty restored City lead at Mishak earlier had cancelled out the Manuel Akanji second-half opener for the holders. Now, Switzerland defender Akanji's first goal for City this season came on his return to homeland just days after he was sent off in the treble winners victory over Brighton in the Premier League. Haaland struck again in the closing stages to wrap up the points and take points, 11 goals in our competition for him this season. So it's about the pep team and how well they've done. Now, don't forget, it's a Thursday, and then when the Champions League is done, the Europa League comes to play, the Europa Conference League comes to play. So many games will be played this time around, but for the Champions League, we are done on this phase, and hopefully come to return back again when that time is right. But shout out to every team that got it right. It was a bad one for Newcastle with the Magpies. They never saw that result coming, and it was a great football from the Borussia Dortmund side. Nesha won a goal. We did see a whole lot of controversies on the show. Talk about the Champions League. We also did see some magic of the game where Harry Maguire used the head to score the goal, for Manchester United, and it was a do-or-die game, a do-or-die affair that happens to see the Red Devils, really making way for themselves right now. Andre Onana with the magic, late-minute save was great to see. The manager Ten Hag is also doing very well at the point. I'm not trying to say they've been doing well, just at the moment. Then our team from Manchester City getting the result is okay. Real Madrid also got the result. Then Napoli, the passionate by, also get a result without Victor Osimhen this time around. Was great to see. So I could say shout out to every team that got it right on this phase. We have to wait to know what comes to play. But don't miss out. The Europa League is back and the Conference League is back. There's a Liverpool to lose. Big game to watch out for the Conference League. AZ Alkmaar all playing against West Ham, and that would be another game you don't want to miss. Just get glued to your TV. The time will be right for you to do that. It's on this note that I have to call it a wrap, and I need to go now. More interesting programs coming your way. Don't change the channel. Keep watching Voice of the People TV. I remain your host, and my name is Kizzy K. I love to say this before I go. If you're not doing it right, then know you are definitely doing it wrong. Peace out.